It's a battle of East versus West, as our Commanders replacement squad has made it to the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. If you missed the wild card matchup last episode against the Cowboys, it was a dominant win once again. It was our second time playing them last week, and we won 35-14. However, we were not the only team to win in dominant fashion. The LA Rams, the team we're set to take on today, beat our rival in the Giants 41-24. So this should be, honestly, a pretty high-scoring matchup, at least from that just plain look at it. They still have Jalen Ramsey, so we're going to have to be cautious of where we're throwing the ball. But as we take a look at their overall rankings, bottom center, it shows that they have the 25th ranked rushing defense in terms of yards per game. So that is where we want to attack with Max Borghi and his fellow running backs. And I'm really hoping this breakout opportunity is for Borghi. And exactly what I was hoping for, it is going to be for Max Borghi. So what do we need to do? 2 rushing touchdowns or 100 yards in total rushing / receiving. I think we get that. I think we can definitely get that done for Borghi. He's done that almost every single week the last 3-4 games. So I think that should be fine for Borghi. So let's get stuck into this divisional matchup. Give the ball to Borghi as well as James Cody. Need to make sure we still have a somewhat balanced offense, but most importantly, let's make sure we walk out victorious. Now let's go full screen here because I keep forgetting to input this at the beginning of the games. If we win and you guys get the video 50 likes, the next round of the playoffs will be posted tomorrow. If we win and you guys don't get the video 50 likes, the next round will be posted on whatever the next upload date is, Monday or Thursday for this series. If we do not win and you guys still get the video 50 likes, well, thank you, I appreciate it, but then the next video will be out on the next according day, again, Monday or Thursday. So 50 likes and a win. Next round of the playoffs posted tomorrow, so make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. Now let's get this divisional round underway. Dick the kicker with the big boot. Should be a touchback as number 24 will kneel it. As for this Rams offense, still led by Matthew Stafford, who did have a pretty solid year. The interceptions, I mean, not fantastic, about 2-to-1 ratio there. But just north of 4,700 passing yards is rather nice. They do start in a tight shotgun formation here, and will be a handoff. They do not have Cam Akers any longer. It is Freeman, and he gets this matchup underway with a 2-yard rush. As they stick with, again, just a heavier set, it's going to get stuffed. Harris right at the line, but no. Okay, he was not down. Freeman tried to get some extra yards there. Luckily, we were staying in touch there with the play, and we're still there to get the tackle. So just another gain of 2, leaving 6 here on 3rd down. As they have a couple guys go underneath, they'll dump it out wide, and it'll just be a gain of 3, and it'll be a punt. Well, it was a rather hot start there for our defense. Let's see if James Cody and Max Borghi can continue the effort. We know that the touchdown to interception ratio in the season just wasn't good at all, but still, we know that James Cody is that dude. However, we're going to try to make Max Borghi, wow, already messing up the names, the dude in this one as he gets a gain of 5, play 1, setting up 2nd and 5. Go with a pass right off of it, and they do cover everything rather well. Let's swing this one to the outside. We'll get Osborne, who tries to cut up at the sideline. We'll gain about 3. Now coming out here in the Tyler Huntley formation, but not bringing out Tyler Huntley. More so just want a shotgun set here with a lead blocker in Bodden as Ruckert, wow, goes in motion. Why am I messing up my own players' names? Borghi breaks to the outside. Ramsey will catch him at the 36. But already 2 carries for Borghi, 23 yards, just needs 67 more and he'll be good to go. But Turbin checks in on 1st down, met by Donald close to the line, but will edge out 2 yards. And with a fair few amount of rushes to start off with, let's go with some play action. Anyone gonna get open? No, not really. We'll dump this one off to the ground, avoid the sack. Donald there still lays a pretty good hit in on Cody, but gets up rather quickly for a 3rd and 8. Bunch to this left-hand side, one lone to the right is Ross. Gonna have a crossing pattern. Will hit Julio with a first down. Juke to the outside. Absolutely destroyed the ankles as he dives in Jalen Ramsey. Left in Julio's dust, and the first touchdown goes to the 35-year-old vet. Honestly, haven't seen Julio move like that all season, but if it comes in the playoffs, I will take it. 1st and 10 here for the Rams, their second offensive possession. As Matthew Stafford under pressure will get rid of it just in time. Had a trio of defenders bearing down on him. I want to say Tristan Hill and then both edge rusher Shakatoni and Mike Dana. Will be a 2nd and 10. Jet sweep to the outside. A nice juke for their receiver as well. A pair of jukes. Not a touchdown though, just 8 yards. Some shifty moves there from Robinson does make it a more manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 2, which they will try to pass out of, and they will find the trusty hands of Cooper Kupp. Henderson in coverage there has been fantastic the last couple weeks, both against the Cowboys with a total of, I think, 3 interceptions and the game-sealing knockout last episode. Nice rush to the outside, 1st down for the Rams. Freeman finally actually gaining more than 2 yards a rush, as they'll continue with some tight sets here. A bunch to the right-hand side. Single back will bring a blitz. And a really inaccurate pass there from Stafford. If I'm being honest, I couldn't even tell you who I thought that was being thrown to. But it will be a 2nd and 10, which they will throw out of once again. And a hit coming in just at that throwing point. That was Mike Dana off the right end. Technically, if you're looking at it, though, the left side. But 3rd and 10 either way. As we'll try to get the stop once again. Stafford going deep and unnecessary contact from Harris. You could try to argue that ball was uncatchable, but that kind of coverage and extra effort there was not needed. It'll be a 1st down just outside the red zone into the red zone after the rush. Offensive line dominated there. And we'll set them up at the 10 for 1st and 10. They have about a millimeter before the goal line. They can get a 1st down, but a big hit comes in. Davis Gaither loss of 2. He's definitely developed well for us this season, and look for him to continue on with us next season. 2nd and 12, though. It will be a dump-off pass to the fullback. Big hit coming in for Harris. Learning a little bit from Davis Gaither this season. And on 3rd and 6, they'll come out bunch to the left, tight end to the right. Shotgun set as we bring the blitz right down the middle, and a perfect pickup there from the running back. Will allow just enough time to get that pass out to Atewell, but he is short of the 1st down marker. So it will be a field goal attempt here for the Rams as we close out the 1st quarter. Field goal is up and right down the middle. We'll make it 7-3. Now with maybe a play or 2 left in that 1st quarter, we start back at the 25. Hand this one off right down the middle. Cody with a powerful run just keeps those legs moving. 8 more yards. And as the clock ticks down, we will have time for one last play here. With no time remaining on the clock, we'll get that ball out, and not a very good throw ends the 1st quarter. We're really hoping to find, I believe it was KJ Osborne out there. However, as soon as we went to throw it, he started to move, and well, we all know how that one ended. But as we start the 2nd quarter here, we have a 3rd and 2 with a great push up front. Borghi tackled for a loss of 3 as the right guard got demolished by Gaines. So it'll be Matthew Stafford's time here to try to find a lead in this one. They were able to move the ball well last possession, just couldn't quite get it into the end zone. First possession didn't go very well, so I'm sure they're going to try to continue to do things like that 2nd possession, and it starts off about the same way. 1st down rush for Freeman. Definitely say this team is not built up front to stop the run. That's definitely something we've struggled with throughout this series, and hopefully we'll find a good answer across the middle as Henderson just slightly too late to get that pick. Stafford has been a little bit off the mark to start this one as he does hand it off to the outside. Mike Dana to slow him down, but Freeman breaks the tackle, and we'll end up gaining a few yards off of it. And that's again one of the reasons Mike Dana is not a full-time starter. 3rd and 7. Need to get the stop here on defense. Have a couple guys going across the middle, and they will find one down the field to Robinson, but a flag is down. But apparently the ref doesn't want to say anything. It said illegal contact by Davis Gaither. Honestly, I have no idea what that is. Never heard that called. Handoff right down the middle, smacked in the backfield, Shaka Toney. Every now and then he does like to get stuck into the running game, so if he could help us out there today, all the better. As they'll go again right down the middle, and a really awkward attempt to try to swat that one down by Mullen, and definitely was not close. Instead, the receiver, Ramsey, with the catch, sets him up at the 15. Their second red zone trip as they will hand off to the fullback, who bounces off another pair of tackles, still rumbling for the first down, but another flag comes in. And getting bailed out there on the penalty. Definitely need to do better tackling. It's been kind of sloppy to start off with. 1st and 20. They hand it off with some space. Not going to get a first down rush. That time is Stoke. Used pretty much all of his power and stamina, I assume, on the previous run that unfortunately for him was called back. 2nd and 16 after the gain of 4. Receiver in motion. Fake the handoff to him. Hand it off to Freeman down the middle, who will pick up another few yards. Now on 3rd and 6, defense looking for the stop once again. Force another field goal attempt, keep the lead. With a pass to Robinson, we'll get the catch. Henderson with the tackle at the 10. We'll say, seems like so far Henderson not winning the battle against Robinson. He's got open several times. As it will be another field goal attempt right down the middle. Rams make it a 1-point game. Well, it's been all Rams since our first offensive possession. Let's try to change that here. As that right guard still struggling, this time against Donald. We'll at least hold him off for a little bit. Allow Borghi to get 3 yards on the rush, leaving 2nd and 7 as we take under 3 minutes left here in the first half. Gonna roll. We had a guy open, but didn't quite trust it. We'll throw it back and not gonna get the catch intended for Ross. Ramsey in coverage there gets the job done, leaving a 3rd and 7. Hard count, no one jumps. It's a pistol look with 4 receivers, and we had a wide open Bo Melton, and Cody just missed. I don't even think there was really much pressure at all in Cody's face at that point, but it does force the punt. And if I'm remembering correctly, that's 2 3-and-outs back-to-back after a really nice touchdown drive, so some things to work on offense for sure. Pass to the outside will be Freeman for 4 yards. I'd love to dial up some pressure here. Throw off the timing at least of this Rams offense. Just come out with a double A gap. They block it very well. Find the tight end who finds the first down and the 2-minute warning. Though I will say we've kind of taken Kupp out of the game. I think just one catch that was a short catch at that, as they do throw the screen pass to Davis Gaither. Unfortunately for us, bounces right off of his hands as he was kind of being pushed by an offensive lineman, so didn't even realize the ball was there. Could have been an easy pick six. Instead, 2nd and 12 with a pass underneath. Robinson with another grab, picks up 6. And from there, quickly back to the line. Shaka Toney providing the pressure, throws off the time. Will be a 4th and 4 and a punt with about 1:40 on the clock. And after the punt, 1:32, all 3 timeouts for our Commanders offense, as we'll start with a read option. James Cody has to bounce outside of Donald, which he will. Has a little bit of a block there from Ross and will scramble out of bounds at the 46, gain of 22. Don't want to rely on him scrambling all too often today, but occasionally do want to break it out. As we'll go with the RPO here. Hand this one off Borghi, who tried to find the cut lane. Didn't quite, but will pick up 6 yards as we hit the hurry up offense. We have Julio one-on-one to that left side. Does have a deep safety. However, that safety cuts to the inside. Julio with the release. Cut down at the 15. Inside the 15, now to the 12. 1:01 on the clock. But it would appear Julio is ready for the playoffs, as he's really trying to end his career with a Super Bowl ring. Not much there in the first down run. We'll call a timeout. And as we get back onto the field here, 2nd and 8. Would love to see Borghi on the swing. However, they cover that really well. Going to have to roll out, try to get the space. And we do, and step out of bounds before taking the hit at the 6. 22 seconds left. 3rd and 4. Now we'll stick with the same look. Bunch to the left, tight end to the right. Try to hit this read option. Borghi kind of gets stuffed, does get stuffed. Do we go for it here? Or do we take the field goal? Wanted to at least see how they line up. And an RPO could work really well here, as we will try to rocket that one in. Alton Campbell gets the catch, but he steps out of the end zone. Luckily, a block comes in. He can find the space, and Alton Campbell does end up in the red zone, in the end zone, on 4th and 2. It was definitely risky to go for it there, but we needed to get that ball in the end zone, take a nice 1-possession lead, up 8 points. Plus, it also leaves the Rams with next to no time to try to answer back here. 7 seconds left in the first half. We'll spread out the line. They hand it off right down the middle. Will be a few yards there for Freeman, and they do call a timeout. And so it seems they're setting up the Hail Mary attempt. Let's try to press them at the top. Melifonwu back deep, as Stafford does loft it straight up to Melifonwu, who almost gets the interception. Cooper Kupp almost gets the catch, but it will be halftime with a score of 14-6. Some definite things to improve on here in the second half. Need to get Borghi going. Offensively has been a little bit of hit or miss, and we are the first matchup of the day, so who knows who we'll face. It's either going to be, well, either team here from the NFC North, Detroit or Chicago. However, we need to make sure we get the win here to face them, and we're only up 8 points with a chance to make it a 2-score game as we do get the second half underway. Manny Fox with a return sets us up just underneath the 30 at the 28. Now, we did not see a lot of Borghi in that first half. Need to get him going. Also need to make sure our line up front is getting their blocks. I'm sure James Cody would also appreciate some blocks. He's had to scramble a fair bit today. But we'll start off as we always do. Pistol handoff down the middle. Borghi cuts to the left. We'll pick up 4. He needs 57 more yards or 2 more touchdowns in this one to get his dev boost. We'll hand it off to him here. Once again, cutting that out left side. Kind of gets stuck on the block there from Osborne. Could have been a nice gain, but instead, a decent gain, setting us up with a 3rd and 1. As we were thinking going the RPO, we probably could have went with it. Instead, we're going to bounce it all the way to the outside. Okay, that'll work. Probably should have went with the bubble or just straight up handed it off, but Cody will get the job done. I'm sure Coach will have something to say about that when we get into the film sesh, but, you know, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done. And what's not getting the job done is Cody's arm today. Been a couple really poor passes, and they haven't really been that far downfield. We know he's struggled with stamina this season, so potentially that coming into effect here in the playoffs. Luckily, Turbin helps us out with a nice gain on the 2nd down rush, leaving 3rd and 2. As we'll keep this one, Cody will take the contact, and he does not pick up the 1st. It was close, and the offense will stay out there as the ball pretty much looks like it's past the line to gain. But we'll hand this one off Bodden right down the middle. We'll pick up the 1st down, then gets his head shoved into the ground by big number 93. The sacrifices we make for the 1st down. As we have that 1st down at the 42 into plus territory, Borghi breaks to the outside, not going to get by 14. A great open field tackle. That might have been it for Borghi. Thought that was going to be a house call. Instead, 1st and 10 at the 31. As we will come out with a pass play. Going to have a guy open, and Campbell with just enough space, sitting in between about 3 different zones. Pretty risky throw to take there from Cody, but it works out. He has the touch, that is for sure. We'll go back to Borghi. He will power forward, get about a gain of 5. He's definitely not a splashy kind of running back, but he's just consistent. And that's what we're looking for. Just consistency here. Could have possibly went to Campbell, wasn't quite open. Maybe a throw coming late, and Julio couldn't get out there. At least say that Cody bought as much time as possible, but just those throws slightly off as we have a 3rd and 5. Defense going to make an adjustment. We're going to get this one out to Bo Melton, who makes a really nice cut, but gets stuck on alignment. And again, we have another 4th and half a yard. I mean, if we went for it before, might as well try to go for it here. Goal line set. Bodden once again will get the 1st down and does not get his head pile drived into the turf. And that'll leave us with a 1st and goal at the 4. Borghi gonna swing out. They cover that well. They cover about all of it well, except for Osborne, who tiptoes the sideline and in to the end zone. How unfortunate that would have been if he stepped out at the half-yard line. Luckily, though, he does it, and we now take a 21-6 lead. Now it's almost about crunch time here for the Rams, down 2 possessions. About 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Good block from 73, and Freeman just refuses to go down. I will give him credit for that. He's taken hits that we've definitely sent some guys down before, but not Freeman. He really just loves to stay on his feet, continues to fight for every yard, and he'll need one more on third. And he is the lone backer as we come out with a double A-gap look. Hand it off right down the middle. Here comes JT Woods, who will barely get the stop in time. They say 4th and inches. And the Rams opt to punt, at least come out in the punt formation. Snap it all the way back to Way, and he does boot it away. Interesting choice there from the Rams. Could be costly as a nice spin there from Fox. We'll set up the offense at the 26. Maybe time to start chewing some clock? And definitely time to start giving Borghi some yards. Needs 34 more to hit that 100 mark. Though I do have to say, the defensive line for the Rams, I mean, they've been pretty solid today. They've gotten some big stops. However, Borghi's not scared of running right at Aaron Donald. Gain of 5 right down his throat. Every team needs a Max Borghi, and we definitely have the Max Borghi. We're the last play here of the third quarter. Handoff down the middle. Borghi just shy of the first down, but that'll just allow us to chew off some more time. As we do hit the fourth quarter here, it's 21-6. Defense has not given up a single touchdown. However, we start the fourth quarter needing the first down, and we'll stick with Borghi with a run right down the middle, all the way down to the midfield logo at the 49. He is 11 yards away, and once he hits that point, maybe we'll bring out Turbin a fair bit more as Borghi breaks to the outside, and that will be the development boost. 108 yards on 15 carries for Max Borghi. And with that run, we'll send him to the sideline. He could drink the Gatorade and sit back and hopefully watch a pretty straightforward, like this rush, into the game. Now, I definitely thought this was going to be a back and forth scoring affair, considering how both offenses looked in the wild card weekend, but does not appear to be the case, as we're going to have a lofted pass up for Ross, who luckily the outside corner there didn't recognize, and will be a catch down inside the 10. Hasn't been all too many deep passing plays, or really just passing plays in general in this one. As we have a 1st and goal, Turbin stretches, stuck on a guy, and will get dropped for a loss. And after a little bit of some confusion on the play call, we're going to lose some yards, delay a game, but it sets us up actually a little bit better here for the pass, as it's going to be 2-on-1, so let's not go there. Dump this one off Osborne, who will get the catch, and immediately dropped. We just get back 5, which coincidentally is actually the yards that we lost on the penalty. So 3rd and goal. Try to set up the halfback screen here to Borghi. He has some blockers out in front, shakes one tackle from Donald, but not going to get the touchdown. Instead, just 2 yards, and will set us up for a field goal. Kicking this one at about the 13, make it a 23-yarder for Dicker the kicker, puts us up 24-6. Now with limited time to keep their season going, can Matthew Stafford get this team down the field and get a touchdown, something they've yet to do today? Pass to the outside is behind. He definitely hasn't been really testing our guys all too much. It's just been some medium at best routes, some short, simple, quick ones. That's really where they're getting their yards, just off the quick plays. But obviously, with them not scoring any touchdowns, hasn't worked all too well for them. As they have a 3rd and inches here, shotgun look. We bring the blitz, does not hit home by any means. Actually, will be a 1st down to Freeman. And I would say Freeman has been the most impressive of any of the Rams players today. I mean, not trying to take a shot there at Donald, but for the most part, definitely not going to be Matthew Stafford with that kind of a throw. Definitely didn't have any sort of pressure at that point, or I don't know, anything. Maybe it's just a miscommunication. And that's just trying to be nice, as they do finally get a pass out Cooper Kupp with a grab, I believe only his 2nd of the day. Also send us inside the 2-minute warning, as the Rams have next to no time left to try to get back in this game. Davis Gaither tried to help provide some coverage, but it was Amadi who got burned by Kupp on that route. And it'll be quickly back to the line for the Rams, trying to get into the end zone. Robinson with a first down, and he's also very similar to Freeman. They just don't like to go down very easily. Try to set up the quick blitz right down the middle, and a throw lofted to Atwell will be a touchdown late on here for the Rams, but is there enough time for an onside recovery and 2 more scores? Probably not. But of course, they will try for the onside to try to save their season. Julio will grab it, get the ball up to about the 40, and from there we could run this clock out. Maybe need 5 more yards for a safe field goal at that as well. It'll be Max Borghi once again cutting to that left-hand side. He has the blocks. Can he outrun? No. 53 slows him down. 21 forces him out, but we're down to the 11. And Borghi well deserving his boost. He's been a staple of this team since the very first game and has grown very well with the squad. We'll let him get a couple more carries there, and maybe just 1 more. He looked a little slow on that one. So we'll take him out. He can recover now for the NFC Conference Championship as Turbin will get the run to the left-hand side down to the 5. And on 3rd and 4th, how about a little bit of some read option that we had no blocking on the weak side. So a very quick tackle. We'll tack on a field goal, but that should do it for us here. Dicker, the kicker, to end the game here for us. A 27-13 victory. Well, it was definitely not the shootout expected. Defense, without forcing any turnovers this time, just got the job done. 62 rushing yards allowed, 187 passing. We only had 123 passing ourselves, but 201 rushing yards. We attacked their weakness on defense, and they just couldn't find a way to stop it. And of course, big props to Max Borghi. How about that game? I always thought of him as a serviceable backup. He's always been our starter, so ignore Jim Allen here. He's gone crazy. Because Borghi is well more than a star for this team. He is a superstar, but he does get that dev boost finally. I think he's had about 1, maybe 2 chances prior to this game, but definitely deserving of getting it here. As we move on to the NFC Conference Championship, it's time to find out who we are playing against. So let's advance weeks. It's either going to be the Bears or the Lions. And it will be the 12-5 Detroit Lions, who are an 85 offense, 88 defense, 86 overall team. They've definitely developed well. And it'll be a tough matchup for us as we take a look at what they do, just about everything very well. The only thing they don't do well is offensive rushing, because they are 23rd in rushing yards per game, but everything else, for the most part, is top 5. Their offensive points per game is 10th, so not as much. They score about 28 points a game. Now in the last 3, maybe even more games, we've only allowed at most 14 points. So our defense is looking good, but they're going to have another tall task ahead of them. And it doesn't look like our offense has a clear-cut path to what we should be doing against them. As passing yards per game, 1st, rushing yards per game, 2nd on their defense. So it should be a fantastic matchup. Now, to make sure that you don't have to wait until Thursday for this next one, if you guys give the video 50 likes, it'll be posted tomorrow. All up to you guys. If not, no problem. We'll get the NFC Conference Championship underway on Thursday. So up to you guys. 50 likes and it's tomorrow, or not 50 likes and it's Thursday. But either way, should be a fantastic matchup, so make sure you stick around for it. Bear icon in the bottom right, or scroll down, hit the actual subscription button, and tick the bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series typically posted every Monday and Thursday, but as mentioned, playoffs changed that. 50 likes in the win, you could have it tomorrow. We also have the state-only challenge, currently in Louisiana, every Wednesday and Saturday. And then on FIFA 23, Tuesdays and Fridays, as we start wrapping up the My Player career, we'll be shifting over to a Create a Club. Still, again, toying if it's going to be a U Squad Legends or if it's just going to be a normal career mode. Learning how to run a team over on FIFA. So a lot of content coming at you every single week. 6 full-length videos, plus all the shorts. And a really big matchup next time. So make sure that you tune on in. And until then, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.